Good morning and welcome back to the Morning Juice with your host, Juice Box. We have a lovely guest today, young, wonderful woman, Cassidy Wall, LR outfielder. Can't wait to get her in here. We'll be back just soon enough.
Powered by Riverside.
Cassidy, I really appreciate you being on. The place looks familiar behind. Where'd you get those flowers from?
They actually came from you.
Oh, for real?
Oh, for real.
Tight. Appreciate you putting them in the vase. Can you kind of tell us a little biography about yourself, where you're at in your career?
So I am a senior outfielder, as you said, at Lenoir-Rhyne. Obviously, I play softball here. If you didn't know that, I hope you know that. Last season, just getting going, trying to make it good, best it can be.
Tight. So, like, you had a pretty good season last year?
Yeah, it's pretty straight. I mean, we made it all the way to the World Series and finished 4th in the nation.
Tight. So, so what kind of facility upgrades did y'all get?
We just got a brand new stadium.
For real?
It's pretty fun.
It looked like a residential hall, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
Kind of crazy. What's the name of it?
Well, it's McCrory Stadium, and then it's Sheena Holler Field.
So McCrory Stadium at Sheena Holler Field is
Yep.
what I'd be saying. Tight. Who's Sheena Holler?
That's our head coach. She's been here for now it's her 26th year.
Yeah, and I'm only 23, gonna be 24. So I wasn't even out the womb yet when she was coaching. So, who's that? T-Brad?
No, that's Chief.
Oh, hi, Chief. Sorry. So, kind of, what's your biggest things for pregame, before games? Kind of, what do you think makes you lock in for softball?
I would say my favorite thing pregame is waking up in the morning and cracking an energy drink and putting on my Beats full blast volume and listening to
some music. Gotcha. Yeah. So, you have a really good culture. You've been in the culture for about 4 years now. Just kind of tell me how it's kind of differed every year. Like, how was it when you first came in, kind of who you were, second year, third year, fourth year, kind of as such?
I don't know. I feel like the softball team in general has really good chemistry every year. Sometimes it's a struggle, but that's how sports work. My first year here as an individual, I feel like I came in very shy, really wasn't that outgoing. And I feel like softball and my teammates helped me find myself here. And then I turned into a louder individual and a leader overall on the softball team.
Gotcha. Do you feel as that's maybe people more accepting you for who you are and you not feeling judged?
100%.
Gotcha. So what kind of made you feel like you were comfortable enough to kind of let yourself be yourself?
I feel like coming in, I gained confidence, I guess, and I realized that I actually was good here, and I feel like I just fit in really well with our family atmosphere and the
Gotcha.
program.
Gotcha. What positions were you playing in high school?
So funny, in high school I was actually a catcher, and I came to LR as a catcher, and we had an All-American catcher behind the plate. She was I guess a senior at the time, and then no, she was a 5th year at the time when I came in. And coach saw that I could hit, and then I just got put in the outfield, and I never left.
Yeah. So kind of making that transition from catching to the outfield, like how was that? Was it, it's an All-American catcher. You're not going to sit here and really fuss up about a bunch, right? It's one of the top. There's 3 teams with All-American, and there's one catcher on each team, so she's at least top 3 in the nation. One of the teams, I don't know what team it was, but at least top 3, and you kind of you're a good enough player to make it on the field some way somehow, and you kind of were probably a a solution for Coach Holler for you to be so easygoing and be able to just go to right field where probably they needed a leader and a really good bat out there just to kind of hold it down, huh?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So what do you say? Do you know, I just talked to my boy. Do you know what the 5 tools in our sports are? Like the overall aspects of what you want to be good at.
Do I know personally?
Yeah.
I don't.
Bruh. How y'all not know this? Speed, contact, power, arm, fielding.
It's pouring outside.
I know, I hear it over here.
Sorry.
Speed, contact, power, fielding, throwing. Which ones do you say you're probably better at than most?
Speed, contact, power, fielding,
Throwing,
throwing.
glove. Yeah.
Definitely got to be a power aspect. Um,
You hit bombs?
to some degree. To some
Some
degree.
some degree.
I feel like I'm a very consistent hitter, which is great.
So then that's
I'd rather be
contact.
consistent than then I guess contact. Because I'd much rather be consistent than hit home runs. Home runs are going to come when they come.
No cap. Have you hit one this year?
I have not yet.
Jesus.
I'm due.
Dude. Boy, that more dude than my 2-week late assignment, boy. Tell you what. So how many home runs do you usually hit a year? Softball, shorter fields, but y'all also females, pound for pound, you have just a tad bit less strength, but I've still seen some girls put up some crazy numbers. So how many do you average, do you think?
I'd say anywhere from 8 to 10. Actually, funny. My freshman year I hit 8. My sophomore year I hit exactly 8, and then last year I hit 10.
So one step up. It's so funny. I was watching the LR baseball game yesterday with my friend Cass. Actually, it's funny, and we were watching, and they were talking about Stanny stealing a base. Stanny Cheeks, old Cole Stanford, and he tied his career high for the season with 1. And every year he's been here, he's only had 1 every season.
That's crazy.
It's a crazy stat. So you say contact is one of your more profound suits. Can you tell us your average from previous years, and like what do you kind of strive for it to be this year?
I'd say an average for all 3 years that I've been here is around like 320 probably on average. Just throwing out a number. Don't really know.
320.
I'd love to hit over 400.
You would?
I think that is a great goal to strive for.
You think it is?
Maybe 380 to 400. Can't be going too crazy now.
Okay. Do you have any superstitions that you usually do on game days to make sure that you're prepared?
I used to have a lot. Like my freshman, sophomore year, then I had somebody come to me, aka you, and tell me that superstitions, like, they can be a thing, but it's not really about, because I was like so bound up, worried about, I got to do this, I got to do that, when really it's not that crazy.
Yeah. It's really not that crazy.
So I feel like this year is kind of, okay, I get up. My energy drink, I guess, is one, because I do that before every game day, but besides that, it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm looking at your stats right now. You're kind of a fibber. 335 your freshman year, then bounced to a 391, then 341. I won't say what it is right now because we don't talk about the present. But yeah, she's better than a 320 hitter. I hate when Cass kind of downs herself like that because difference between 320 and 340 is a lot, and then you did hit 390 at one point. Your career average right now is 360. So you dump yourself down by 40 points, but I had to make sure the stats were right because I can't have you on this show without the 360. You feel me? So you played right field. Would you rather play a different position? Like now that 5th year, it was your first year, she's gone now. Would you like have wanted to go back to catcher?
No, not at all.
Why?
I don't regret it one day. I don't know. I liked catching because you were in on every single play and whatever. But I feel like I don't know. I just enjoy being in the grass, in my own head out there, doing whatever.
Because you do be walking around. You ain't
I'll
one of
be
these people
walking
that just be
around.
like hand on the hip, just like waiting for the ball. You're like, we got one down. We got one down. Everybody, man, what a fence at? Let me make sure.
My mom
It's like,
tells me I pace like a lion.
yeah, you do. Like it's funny because like the field is so small. It's like you literally going from foul line to like almost center field. It's like chill out. But yeah, but it's how you gotta be. You gotta be ready, and I'm glad the pitcher as a pitcher. I'm a pitcher. I would love to know that my fielders are having trouble staying still on the outfield, bruh. Yeah, bro, they very ready. I have someone going pink. Where's and I'm like, nah, what's going on, bro? Like you're checking everything out, make sure everything's good, and that's really good. So now that you're in your last year, correct?
Correct.
So now that you're in your last year, is softball a thing for you after college?
It is not.
Okay,
My
so
last couple months.
what are you going to do, and like how are you planning for that? Is there even a chance that you play college that you play softball after college?
Um, no, because it's not something me personally is interested in. I always talk about using the game. I always use softball just to like pay for my education for what I want to go into after. I would like to go to vet school eventually at some point. I applied this year, haven't really gotten any word yet, so don't know if that's going to work out, but my backup plan is doing a master's program in public health with a focus in veterinary medicine and trying to get a leg up. And then maybe next year I can apply again to vet school, and it'll look better that now I have a master's in public health.
Gotcha. Are you? Is it hard to get into vet school?
It's very hard. There's only one vet school per state, so there's only 50 in the U.S. So it's very competitive. It's very hard.
And what's the acceptance rate?
I couldn't even tell you. I know that NC State, they had over 1,400 applications for people just in state, and they only take 100 kids.
My goodness. So about yeah, that's max overload for sure.
Yeah.
So when you're walking up to the plate, is there anything you do a lot, anything that you do in the box that kind of keeps you focused on the pitcher? Anything that you look back at video and you're like, wow, I didn't even know I did that like that much. Like, because when I come back and I watch like myself pitch, like I don't like realize how much like I'm twitching on the mound and I'm like stretching and doing like bending over, make sure my hamstrings are good. Like always think I'm just like pitching. But there's so many extra things you don't know you're doing between the pitch and like, have you noticed any of those things?
Um, I'd say my biggest thing I do is between every single at bat, I walk up, find like a focal point, and take a deep breath before I hit. So I've realized I didn't even know I had a focal point until actually watching me hit. But I'll walk up to the plate and I'll look up at like the top of the lights at our home field. And if it's not our home field, I'll find something else. But I look up at the lights, focus on it, take a deep breath right before I step into the box. And then I step into the box, normally draw a line in front of the home plate. I don't know why. Um, and then I swing my bat back and forth just to try and stay loose.
Gotcha. Do you do it with two hands or one hand?
One.
Gotcha. So what do you think that does for you, the looking at the lights and all that?
I think
The
just
deep breath.
realizing where I'm at, what I'm about to step into, and what I'm doing, it's another way to just lock in.
Gotcha. We'll go into our quick questions portion. Feel like we got really background, the gist of everything. Would you rather face a righty or lefty?
Um, this is against what everybody says. Well, normal, what everybody says. Me personally, I would rather face a left-handed pitcher.
Really?
And I think that's because my dad's left-handed, and my whole entire life growing up with front toss from the other side. Um, I don't know. I always feel if you go and look at my stats off of a left-handed pitcher, they're so much better than off of a
Really?
right-handed pitcher.
How often do you see a left-handed pitcher?
Not often at all.
Really?
This past weekend, we got lucky and we saw left-handed pitcher. We saw two of them. They were on the same team, and I went 3 for 3 both games.
And most weekends you don't even see one.
Correct.
Wow, you went 3 for 3 both games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's crazy. Would you rather hit on turf or dirt?
Dirt.
Okay, for real.
Yeah.
Why you say it like that? It seemed like a real like
100%. Well, because
girl.
before I step into the box, I'll pick up dirt, or I don't know. I normally pick it up, rub it in my hands so I can focus on a feeling. And then I feel like I can just like be in the ground in the box. Like I feel like I'm grounded.
Type. Favorite pitch to hit?
Probably Like location or just pitch?
Pitch and location.
If I can hit it, a drop ball because I like low pitches. Normally, if I can scoot up in the front of the box and catch it before it does crazy stuff, then
Mm-hmm.
a drop ball, either low and inside or low and outside, depending on the day.
Mm. And what's your favorite count to hit in?
Probably 2-0, 2-1, probably, or an 0-0 count, straight up.
Gotcha. And if you could play any other position on the field, what would it be?
Ooh, like I could be good at it
Yeah, like you
and
just like
play
are
it.
literally changed and like that's the position you play. Like Brent Francisco, that tall dude, said he wanted to play right field.
I would definitely say I wanted to be a third baseman or a shortstop.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Would you hit left handed if you could?
Yes,
Really?
100%.
You would change from right handed to left handed if that was available.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just feel like it would be fun to be able to hit. Okay, I wish I could hit both. Like, I want to go and teach myself how to throw left handed and how to hit left handed. Just, I feel like that'd be cool.
Yeah. It would be cool. It is very hard though.
Mm-hmm.
So I see you got your nails done. It's a very pretty color. Oh my goodness. So do you usually have your nails done when you play the softball games? Do you have to get them a
Um,
certain way or anything like that?
I did it my freshman and sophomore. I didn't actually any year that I've been here. This is the first year I've had them done.
Really?
But as long as they're short enough, they don't break or anything, they're fine.
Okay. So Sheena Holler loves the community. She loves LR. She loves Hickory and all that. So when y'all do camps, what do you think your favorite part about running the camps are?
I think realizing how much the kids look up to you and
No, for
they want to
real.
be in your shoes so bad.
Like it
And I
was
think,
different back in the day.
yeah, and I think just the questions they come up with, whether it's sport related
Or not.
or something completely random about the campus. Like we had a girl at one of our camps recently come up and ask one of us if we'd known somebody, and they were like, "Yeah, we he used to go to my high school and he did this and that," and it was something like crazy. Like so, I was like, "Why are you even bringing this up?" It's just the most random stuff.
Yeah. So did you ever attend camps when you were little?
I did. I Most of the camps I remember attending though were like showcase camps with a bunch of
Okay.
college coaches.
So like kind of give me some examples and like kind of what you did at those camps.
Um, the main one that I remember was it's called Diamond Direction Camps, and it was either at Cherry Park or Tiger River. And you would show up, and there would be like over 100 college coaches or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, and they would all come to this one spot. I know Coach actually still does go to those camps.
Mm.
It's this guy from Team NC that runs them. But you go to these camps. It's normally the first. It's a whole day. It's like from 8 in the morning to 6 at night. So you go from like 8 to 12 and you do strictly like fundamentals. You'll go to do your position work. You'll hit a little bit like front toss tee. Then you get a break at like 12 to 1, and then you come back at 1 to 5 or whatever, and you just play games.
Mm-hmm. Like scrimmages against each other?
Yeah.
Oh, that's far.
Yeah.
So what? Well, so how old did you start and how old did you stop?
When I started going to these camps, I was probably like 14, and I stopped whenever I committed. So 17, probably.
Gotcha. So y'all are a very successful team and all that. Can you kind of dive into what y'all's routine looks like during a week? Kind of what y'all's access to like weight room, nutrition, practicing, if it's weathered, indoor facilities. Can you kind of give me the whole rundown on that? Games and all.
So normally, a normal week for us, we lift at 9 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then you go to class, do whatever during the day, and then we normally practice around like 2:30 or 3:30, depending on the day. Fridays we practice early, but through the week it's around 3:30. Go out to practice, normally run through infield, outfield, whether we do fundamentals or full team defense. We'll do bunt defense, first and thirds, throwdowns, nobody on, nobody out. Then we'll hit for like an hour, go down to the cages, do front toss, tee work. Then we'll come up and hit on the field. Our pregame practices are very short. We just go out there, throw, then we run through, like outfielders get to throw second, third, and home. And then we're done and we go down to the cages while infield gets ground balls. And she lets you do whatever you want for pregame when we're in the cages down there.
Have y'all ever hit on
Um,
the field pregame
like the day of,
before the game?
yeah, no, we never do. We just hit in the cages.
Gotcha. What's the kind of weight room environment like at Lenoir-Rhyne for the softball team?
Our weight room is extremely nice, and I think every year that I've been here, we have gotten a new weight training coach.
Really?
So that's kind of been hard, but I've enjoyed all of them. I didn't think any of them were like bad or whatever. I feel like our coach last year and our coach this year, I feel like they know what they're doing with our lifts, and we do very like explosive movement. The one that we have this year, she played softball in college, so
Really?
we do a lot of explosive movement with her, which I really like.
Kind of stuff that translates to the game more.
Yeah,
So, do you lift on your own, Tom?
I do not.
You
I
don't?
mean, like I do. I don't like when I'm here,
Oh,
but if I go
yeah.
home,
When you
like
go
I
home,
do
you
at
lift here.
home and like
But
over winter break and stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So over winter break, when you're in your off time and you do have like your own lifting schedule, did you incorporate some of those lifts you learned in the fall into your programming for the off season?
I did, yes, and I went based off. I like look at our exercises that are in our. We get like a packet, like a winter packet or a summer
Hmm.
packet, whatever. So I'll look at those exercises and I'll take some of those and work them into like what I'm doing and what I want to do um, overall.
Gotcha. So what are like three or four main exercises that you think you've learned that you kind of really like to do?
Not that I didn't do these before, but some of my favorite exercises. I really like the front squat.
Same.
Um, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people would prefer to back squat, but I like front squatting. I've always been good at like cleans, hang cleans. Not that they're the healthiest. I've heard they're actually bad for your elbows and stuff. But I mean, it's not like we're over here worrying about Tommy John and softball, really. Um, what else do we do? We do a lot of like glute stuff, which I feel like is good for us because that's where most of our power is going to come from is our legs and our glutes.
On me.
Whether it's like split squats, lunges, um, whatever, Bulgarian split squats. And we do bench a lot. I like to bench.
You like the bench?
Hmm.
What do you think you get up to on bench?
Not a lot.
Really?
Maybe
What's the
like
weight?
110.
That's not too bad. You can't get 135.
No,
Whoa.
I would die. Actually, I did get it. I got it with the spot over winter break.
135.
Hmm.
Ooh, with Mr. Darren.
Hmm.
Ooh. So, kind of tell me a little bit about your family life. Your parents come to the games and all that. I've met them a couple times. I'm cool with them. I think they like me. Kind of tell me kind of how it is to have that much support.
It's great. My parents have supported me my whole life, and I couldn't ask for a better support system. I also have an older sister that's 2 years older than me, and she's a big part of that too. They come and support me every game. Whenever I need them, they'll always be here for me, and it's just great. I love
Yeah.
my family.
They got like a big tent and everything. They
Mhm.
tailgate. Usually, you don't see much tailgates for softball unless it's like Florida State or Oklahoma or something like that. But your parents bring an atmosphere that I think a lot of people wish a lot of people didn't get judged. Maybe I don't know, but it seems like a lot more people come out and kind of hang out whenever your parents are around and kind of making it known that we don't care. We
I
want to
definitely
have the
agree with
environment.
that, and I feel like that's their way of showing me their love
Hmm. Yeah,
is
it
by
is.
coming out and making it a big thing, like softball game day.
Hmm.
I feel like that's just a big way that they show me that they care and they want to be there for me.
Yeah. How do you like them doing the Christmas decorations?
Oh yeah, my family goes all out for Christmas. My dad was in what did he win this year? Some decorating
Charlotte
contest on
like
like the
boosted.
Charlotte Observer. It's awesome. It's he loves to do it. He never forces us to really help him. We just always want to help. But it's something that it's just one of those things he really likes. And if it makes him happy, it makes me happy. And I'll always be willing to help him.
Gotcha. That's wonderful. Well, Cassidy Wall, I really appreciate you being on, taking your Sunday. 'Cause I know y'all had off this Sunday due to the weather, and I know you're probably trying to relax, but I appreciate you being on. It was lovely having you. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday.
Thank you. You too.
Bye, Queen.
Bye.